Hello everyone, welcome to Yamaguchi Japan Speaking Tube Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Issa. This is episode 119. 119. I showed and sold the living shells yesterday and in the event managed by NPO Institute Manabi Design Lab, and many people came, and some of them bought the magnet. Magnet is was well sold compared to batches, and to be honest, I sold postcards, which is pictures, which are pictures of my past artworks, paintings, special paintings, and one sculpture, one clay 3D work. Anyway, and there is a lot of other artists, but the genre is in their event venue, and other artists participated in their event. It's like a kind of art festival, and some of them are I don't know some of them. I didn't know some of them, and some of them I know, and I know some of them. One artist is a calligrapher, and I asked her to paint the word which I prefer. Which is I prefer. Sorry, the words is in direct translation. Every day, go same pace. Very coolly. I think it is very difficult. So of course, I think we need some kind of inspiration or furious, for example, furious energy, or motivate, or sometimes we drop, we feel very bad. But I think as a professional, it is important to work constantly without any feelings. Of course, feelings is very important in the first place, or to pursue their destination of art, own art, art expression. But their process must be implicated. Must be done with very cool and sometimes very critical thinking of view, to check what I am doing, to make clear a very sophisticated ideal, my own ideal work. Okay. Anyway, and so so I asked her to draw to the word, and so I talked with other artists. I think I can call her artist, who is I know her since 5 years ago, I think. and I and her have a same violin teacher. So and we started to learn the violin from the violin teacher at the same time. So I know her since that. I have known her since that, but their violin lessons are very private lesson. One teacher and one student. So to be honest, I don't have any occasion. I have any occasion. I don't have any occasion. Sorry, I haven't had any occasion to interact with her, to see her. So sometimes there is just one was 2 times in a year. We met. We and the other all students met to play, practice to play together, and to show their outcomes of their lessons. That kind of event there is once a year. So in that season, we met. We see each other. Anyway, that's why I haven't had any much opportunity to talk with her, but in this event, I could talk with her a little bit, but compared to past, I could talk with her, and she is her specialties is reading and voice is her specialties. She is an announcer, professional announcer, and she has program, a regular program in radio station. I have so. But she's not just working for just one broadcast company. She is free announcer, and that's why she can do other or more artistic activity. So that's why she participated in that event to read some sentence from Japanese classic literature. That was very outstanding performance, and the performance is collaborated with that calligrapher, an artist. So it is very fresh collaboration, calligrapher and an announcer. It is. I really enjoyed it, and so anyway, and today in this episode, I will talk about the relationship between the teacher and the students. Basically speaking, I'm prefer to work as a part-time job, as a part-timer if I work for some kind of school, well, universities, I don't like to work for. I think it is dangerous to work for it full-time teacher, as a full-time teacher. But in Japan, also it is very annoyed or sometimes very strange. I feel part-time lecturers are not so rarely have talk with each other, because the part-time lecturers go directly their college or junior college or some university to make lecture, and that's all. There's no opportunity to interact with other professional, and basically speaking, I feel people think it is not good to make very good friends it is not good for a part-time lecturer to make friends with students, especially they're very handsome, young lecturer. And in educational academic world, there are a lot of majority of students are females, and sometimes there are sometimes very rare occasion, but there's an accident. The relation between the lecturer and the students. So the university, I feel university don't want lecturers to make friends with a student. So there's a very more cool situation. But I think it is not so bad. But anyway, there when I was I worked for high school for just 9 months, I think. The relationship between the I and students is much more closer. I think I can remember not so special relationship, of course. Don't mistake. Just interacted with them and talk with more vast stories. For example, their how to live or some kind of things. Not just how to use this brush or how to use this paint. But after that, I don't have any opportunity. I feel the relationship between students and me is very different, especially there in formal education, the college, and the junior high school or college. In college, I'm very envious of the situation in Australia. The lecturer and between lecturers, the Australian when I was in Australia, they are very friendly and go with each other. They go to eat or something, or go to party. And of course, there is not only lecturers, but also students. The students vary. Their age is very different. Sometimes the mature students there is, and the young ones. I really enjoyed, and this atmosphere is absolutely very different from the Japanese one. Japanese one is full-time lecturers, full-time professors, and part-time lecturers are very different. Only full-time lecturers, among full-time lecturers, there is some kind of conversation, but not among lecturers. And only full-time lecturer, full-time teacher, and the student have a conversation. But I think it's depends on the teacher, of course. But it is important. People recognize it is important, and their part-time lecturers. They don't require part-time lecturers to interact with students outside of class, or outside of the store, outside of the specific subjects, No, not private. Private matter is not so recognized, preferred. It is. I always think. It is very different between there, and I think it is a very specific situation in Japan. That's why within school there is no conversation between the full-time and part-time, and I think really sometimes students. The three groups is more separated side recently. I feel that. This is a big problem. Okay. Thank you for listening to Speaking Tube Radio. Have a nice day. Valete.